So, when we last left off, you all had been participating in the race for Aiden, managing your way through the rough torrents of the waves washing against the shore, dodging in and out of fallen rocks and landscape and parts of shore rising up out of the waters and the trees leading into the swamp area. And now that you have pulled ahead of the pack and managed to brush off all opposers, you are now making your way through the tunnels carved out of the landscape through the various rivers. These I forget the word, subterranean tunnels carved away with the flow of waters pushing through various rocks. You can see that these tunnels are not completely smooth, as in most of it is simply rocks that have tumbled and fallen into the sea that have been eventually eroded away, and as such more rocks will continue to fall. And all around you can see various rocks that are crumbling, and you can see little beads of sand and dust falling down with various shafts of light. Also, being shot in front of you are these tracer arrows with light cast on them whenever there is a particularly difficult obstacle that needs to be veered around, as Havelock is firing these. And as you're making your way through these tunnels with the soft glow of the sunken Dutchman, your ghostly ship, you see strange shadows moving in the dark. And for the most part, you don't think much of them. You've been able to deflect all attackers and pull ahead of everyone in this race, and now that you're in this dark tunnel, it's almost peaceful. And it's in this peace that you have become ambushed. Shadowy figures now lurk on your boat, breathing deadly mist into your lungs that cause you to cough and suffocate. And as you look at your various party members, you can see that some of you are starting to succumb to the effects of this petrifying breath. It is hard to see anything in here, and I would say whether or not you have dark vision or not, I'm going to require you to make a perception check to try and see anything around you, as there are various flashes of light that sort of make it dark, bright, dark, bright, dark, bright. Those of you with dark vision don't have time to adjust. And so we're going to start at the top of the initiative with these dark, shadowy figures that you're not even sure that they're there, other than the fact that you are starting to feel the effects of their strange magics and dark machinations. And a voice whispers out to you, threatening that you should not have tried to continue this race. You should not have come here. And it is with those threatening terms.
You should have stayed asleep.
That is where Freddy soulbounds back to the ship. So Freddy, you are up first. What would you like to do?
Oh, let's see if I can adjust my vision due to the.
At the top of your round, you can make a perception check as a free action to see if you can see anything. Oh shoot, I don't have any water. I'll be right back.
Yeah, sure. Why not? I'll roll for perception.
All right, I'm back. Sorry. Go ahead, Freddy.
For perception.
Okay. As you look around, you can see your various party members standing on this boat. There are silhouettes standing out from the glowing deck. Actually, did you all get glowing costumes? I don't remember.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's
Pink
glowing.
with the glowing paint.
glowing body paint or whatever.
Okay. So yes, it is very easy for you to make out these dark figures, Freddy. You think that there might be 2 or 3. It's really hard to tell. They don't really hold a solid shape at any point in time. You're not even sure they're humanoid. But you can clearly see one if you want to try and do something. There's currently one sort of down on the main part with all of you that just turned the gnome to stone. And there's another one at the back that has turned Eliza to stone.
A gnome.
Yes, there was a gnome that was part of an enemy ship's crew that y'all shanghaied.
Right. Right. I
Yeah,
forgot about that.
you adopted him as a pet, or Havelock did.
It's commandeered.
Of course you would.
Yeah. And indeed he did.
Are these things corporeal?
You don't know. You haven't done anything yet.
I know. Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Find out this time on Dragon
Yeah.
Ball Z.
Yeah, good session, guys.
You don't get to end the session.
I know.
I was talking to Johnny. He was like, next time. Like, we just started.
Can I go investigate?
Yeah. You just kind of like walk up to one. You can just do this with your movement. Do you want to like try and walk through? Again, the best way I can sort of describe them is like if you've ever seen one of those Dark Souls humanities.
No idea.
Mhm.
Let me Google. Man. Oh, so they really are just like shadowy balloons.
Yeah.
Oh.
Here, I'm trying to get an image too.
I'm familiar. A humanity guy.
Yeah.
They kind of move like that. The more advanced robot Alpha Wally.
Leave.
Hmm.
Yep, that's the GIF I was looking at.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and use my.
Oh,
movement
you're
to
talking about
and
Eve.
Investigate.
Hmm. It's kind of got like the eyes and the movement, how it leads with the head.
Well, you're talking about Eve from Wall-E, right?
Yeah.
Sort of, yeah. What are you doing to investigate? You can't just roll an investigation check. You tell me what you're doing, and I'll tell you what if you need to roll anything.
Like, I want to investigate like these shadow beings.
How?
Okay. Yeah, you could go up to like one that's currently wrapping themselves around Johnny, and like from their sort of head orifice, they almost seem to be like breathing this sort of darkness from their face that's trying to suffocate them.
Is there like any way I could like remove it or?
Try something. You don't know any information about these things, and the only way you'll learn anything is by trying something.
We're gonna find out.
Johnny, I'm sorry for what I'm about to do.
No, he's gonna breathe lightning.
Off my head.
Yep, you are correct.
I'm gonna say that this is also going to hit one other person. All right,
Alright.
cool. It hits the gnome too. So
Let's go.
I'm gonna make a
Murder
save
game.
as the gnome
I'll make a save.
with disadvantage because I'm petrified. All right, I rolled a number. Johnny, go ahead and roll. Is it Dex save? I think, Freddy, because you're lightning.
Yes.
No help.
And what's your DC, Freddy?
My
With the like breath weapon attack, it should just say like you can roll damage, and then next to it should be like Dex 13 or whatever. If you're just
my
looking at
brain
your
ain't brain.
attacks on your character sheet,
Yes.
you can go ahead and roll damage.
14.
Okay, Dex save 14.
I succeeded.
That's not too hard. What'd you
I
get,
got-
Johnny, for your Dex save?
24.
Okay. So you'll take half damage. Go ahead and roll damage, Freddy. Oh, actually,
end it.
Freddy, is it a full save for lightning? I think it is a full save.
Yeah, it's a regular save.
Okay, yeah, so Johnny, you dodge. Go ahead and roll damage, Freddy.
19.
Okay,
I'll endure.
so here's what happens. You turn to Johnny, and both Johnny and this shadowy figure look at you as you open your mouth, and they both step aside as you breathe this lightning at them, and it strikes the only figure that can't move, and the gnome shatters.
No,
All right.
Wow. Wow. Fantastic.
Havoc's gonna be pissed.
After 2 sessions.
If you
he's
want to
gone.
go ahead and make an investigation check as a bonus action, I will give you some information. How about that?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that.
Or if there's
Oh,
some
damn.
other skill you'd like to use besides investigation, like Arcana or something.
No, I already wrote investigation. I got a 20.
Okay. You can tell that this creature, did try to avoid your attack. So it was, afraid of getting hit. You can also see that as your lightning surged through, it illuminated the space temporarily. And you can see that these creatures don't just exist in the darkness of this tunnel. They actually do just seem to be wisps of smoke. But less than actual like dark energy, they do just seem to be like smoke. So they don't seem to be ghosts, but they are using some sort of etherealness on them that makes them a bit harder to hit. That's what I'll give you. Johnny, you are up.
So they have some form of self-preservation.
You just want to swing a sword at them or something? I mean, you guys would know that magical weapons and attacks would hit things that are like ethereal. It would just do half damage. damage, but non-magic weapons would deal no damage.
Yeah.
But that's only for ghostly things. You don't think these things are ghostly. They're just wispy. Smoky, basically.
So he's still grabbing onto me, like my face.
No, they stepped away.
I can bite it though. I'm gonna just try to strike you with
All right.
Wake.
What weapon are you using?
Wake. Why not?
All right.
Oh. Natural 20.
Oh goodness. Okay.
Start. Okay. Oh. Me. How do I get the roll? The D20.
Yeah, it means you roll the damage dice twice. So I think if you just click it, it will automatically roll twice for you. Since you rolled a 20 to hit.
Okay, it's not doing it automatically.
Oh, okay. That's strange.
So,
Usually it does.
So it's another 2d6. So 14, so 21.
Okay. You attempt to cut through this thing, and as you shred right through it, you actually watch as you break it in half, and it almost seems to waft away past you, and as you look over your shoulder, it reforms behind you. Because the boat's moving. So it like seemed to lose itself, but it did manage to... Oh, actually. Yeah, it managed to reform.
Didn't seem harmed by it, or did it just seem like it got destroyed for a moment and put itself back together?
You don't know. You can make some sort of check as a bonus action if you'd like.
I will. I have nothing else to do.
Okay.
Perception. 19.
Okay. With a 19 perception, it almost seems like you didn't hit anything solid, and mostly what you did is manage to break up its form with the physical assault. So it was less about actually dealing damage to it. Like, you don't think you lowered its health points necessarily, as much as you did disperse its form, even if only momentarily. So you're not entirely sure what that means, but that is something that's happened. Do you have more attacks, or is that it?
I have 2 more.
2 more. Ooh. Go ahead and roll them bones.
Rowdy bones. 23 hit.
Okay. You slash at it. Go ahead and roll damage.
13 slashing damage.
Okay. Yeah, you cut through its form a bit more, and it's just getting pushed away with the air. Go ahead and roll your last attack.
Oh, wow. Better natural 20.
Goodness. Okay.
It won't update it.
No need to roll damage on this one. I think you're just gonna get it. You raise this massive sword once again and slam down, splitting this thing in half. And almost like a whisper, you hear like the faint sounds of a scream as it just blows off into dust. Holger, you're up.
Hang on, can we delay my turn for a second? I just put a bunch of lotion on my hands.
Okay. Sierra, go.
I'm going to move to the back of the ship and try to get rid of the one that is attacking. What is her name? I forgot again.
Okay.
Eliza.
As you move to the back of the ship, you hear a voice whisper in your ear that say,
You really want to help? Then stop serving false gods.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw as you feel something wrap around your neck and something get forced into your lungs. Again, this like overwhelming sense of smoke. It's like being at like a bonfire where there's just like a plume of smoke, and then like the wind suddenly changes and it gets blown directly in your face. It feels like
It
that.
always blows it always blows towards your face. I got a 13.
Okay. You feel the smoke getting forced down into your lungs, and you try to wrestle away or cough it out of your system, but it's in there and it's causing you to stutter and stumble. Okay.
Did I fail or I
You did
barely
fail.
made it? Oh, then I'm using my Indomitable to reroll.
Okay. Go ahead and roll again.
Not
Let's
20
go
for a 29.
lungs. Hell
Okay, yeah. You managed to spit out a big hawk of smoke, and it definitely burns your insides, but you're able to withstand the effects of this smoke for the time being. Now what are you gonna do now that you've moved to the back of the ship near Eliza?
I'm going to. There is a shadow near her, right? These smoke creatures.
She's become petrified.
Yeah, Eliza is petrified, right? But
Yes.
There is a
Because you
ice
moved
smoke
back
creature.
here, you got an attack of opportunity. That's all.
Yeah, but there is a creature next to Eliza, right?
Yes, that's the one that attacked you. Moving into their attack range provokes an attack of opportunity,
Okay.
not leaving
Then I'm
it.
going to hit
Yeah.
that thing.
Oh, you're gonna hurt it? Okay, go for it. Just you try.
I'm using my
Yeah.
great sword, so I think it's magical. So
What
25.
greatsword?
The one that is the same of the cage that held.
Oh,
Younger.
yeah. It's made of a made of a magical material. Yeah,
25 to hit.
that'll hit. Man, I should have
Or-
made their AC 30 or something.
16 damage.
I mean, to be fair, you made us busted.
And 27 to hit.
Well, I made a creature that isn't damaged by damage. It's damaged by how many hits you can land on it. So saying that there's no need to roll damage. This is all just sort of rolling to hit.
So 25 and 27.
Okay, yeah, you carve up this second smoke creature, and it dissolves and also blows away in the breeze. I guess if that's your turn. Oh, bonus action, you want to do anything?
I don't think I can do anything with the bonus action.
Okay.
I think I'll just get the helm and try to keep us floating.
Do you Holgear, did you want to do anything?
Yeah, seeing as how these guys have the shades, shadowy creepers, pretty much handled. I'm gonna go ahead and cast dancing lights and set them basically. I forget how many I can do.
You can just put them
4.
on the boat.
So I'm gonna put them in basically quarter the boat with my lights. That way we have, enough light to see them.
Yeah, you can light up the boat with dancing lights. That's not a problem. You can absolutely do that.
But
Yes.
there is something I want to try, and I don't know if I have enough of an action left to do so. I took the fighting initiate, blind fighting. Can I flavor that as me trying to read the the threads of fate around me to know where people are, even though I can't necessarily see them?
Fighting initiate.
10
martial
foot blind
training.
sight.
You
Blind
learn a
fighting
fighting
is a 10
style.
feet. Yeah, it's like a 10 feet of blind sight.
It wouldn't
Uh,
be like I'm basically grasping. I want to see if I can like detect who said.
Sorry, disconnected for a second there. You took blind fighting, BLIND.
Yeah, 10-foot blind sight, and I was hoping I could flavor it as I look through the threads of fate to see where people are.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. If you want to take the time, you can just basically look at anyone and see if you can tell where their strands of fate are. And if you like want to find someone, I guess this would be similar to casting find the path in a way. To find something, you can just sort of do that.
Okay. If possible, I don't know how much of my turn it would consume. Can I attempt to discern through the threads where these creatures came from? Not necessarily like their plane of existence, but like, is the jackass who sent us here 60 feet away hiding behind a tree?
I'm not sure what sort of skill check that would benefit you here if you have something in mind, or I could just give you some information that I think would be obvious to you.
I feel like rolling some bones. Why not?
All right, roll me some
Uh,
bones. And
doing
depending upon
insight?
what it is, I'll give you different kinds of information.
Insight feels right.
Ooh,
Right?
I like insight.
If I was an asshole
Ooh,
trying to
18
kill me,
plus 7 for a 25.
Okay. So, here's some information that I'll give you straight off the bat. People, always have these sort of like strands connected to them. Even people that have been like separated from the world. Like you look at yourself and basically everybody on this boat, and they still have these strands of fate tied to them. They're just sort of almost limp in a way. They kind of blow in this sort of unseen breeze, whereas everyone else usually has like a taut connection that leads off somewhere into the horizon. These creatures had no threads attached to them, and that's terrifying.
Oh, shit.
These things were not just physically ethereal, but metaphysically as well.
These things were practically non-existent.
And I would also say that you would probably, I don't know, I'm trying to think of an instance where you would see something like a ghost or something that's dead, or like an elemental or something. They would still have threads of fate tied to them because they do still have a destiny. That means that these creatures, if they were ever people, something terrible has happened to their destiny. They have severed themselves from causation. With that, we're going to the top of the round, which means that Sierra, if you're going to be driving, I need you to roll me a driving check, and I believe since you are not proficient with sea vehicles, that would just be a straight
am.
D20. Oh, are you?
Yeah.
All right, then go ahead and add your proficiency to this D20 roll.
It would be proficiency plus with stats.
Oh my god, it sucks that I'm getting thirsty at this time.
And go get something to drink. I do not think it
That's
is
a
related to
problem.
a stat.
That's the problem. I got nothing to drink here at my house. I gotta go out for a little bit. So grateful that there is
Well.
Where are my all-seeing glasses that give me the ability to see?
Where are they?
I can't drink anything without my glasses.
Oh no, my glasses have gone missing. They entered the back rooms.
Sarah, what'd you get?
12.
Okay.
There they are.
Yeah, you managed to keep the ship relatively on course. The river is basically rushing against you, so you're kind of having to force against it at the moment. But that is helping you in some way by giving you a buffer against some of these more treacherous rocks. I will say that you do rub up against just like one sort of rock, so there is some damage that needs to be repaired. And then at the start of the round, 2 more of these smoke figures start to emerge. But now you're starting to come out of the caves a little bit. And there's these large sections where you have like these big shafts of light that are coming down. You're going to actually see that there are multiple pathways branching out now. And you hear voices in the distance, like commotion echoing around in this space. There's like multiple pathways. This would have been like a really cool place for a boat fight to happen, but that's fine. Just sort of weaving around with multiple different pathways. Top of the round, 2 more smoke guys. Freddy, you're up.
Alrighty,
I have spellcaster.
2 more sport guys. Okay, so no, I'm not gonna be using another breath attack. So let's see, what else could I possibly do?
Actually, at the top of the round, 2 big smoke plumes come. I need everyone to make a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving.
Oh my god.
And it's not like something just sort of like whisks along the air and comes and lands. Just suddenly apparating out of nowhere. Like someone tossing smoke bombs. Just big plumes of smoke appear on the deck of your ship, obscuring all vision at the start of the round. So, dark vision or no, everyone is blind.
Well, it came full circle. Last session. 20.
Can I
that's
inhale the smoke?
what?
Johnny got a 27, succeeded.
Yeah, but natural 20.
Oh, geez. Okay.
3 times in a row. Let's go.
Yeah, everyone, though you've been like succeeding against the smoke, you can sort of feel it getting ingested into your body, and you can feel yourself turning sluggish, even slightly. Johnny's fine.
I'm bored in the dark.
You know what? I think with that, you hear your shield whisper to you, Johnny. And I guess Freddy hears this too, because it's in Draconic. The shield says,
These creatures, they're not just undead. They seem to be ancient, using not magic, but a natural essence of draconic origin. The scales. They're trying to give you scales. Mortals are not capable of handling scales,
says your sword.
They are mortal for a reason. They cannot withstand.
Freddie, what did you get on your save?
I got a, if I remember correctly, 15. Yeah, 15.
Okay. Holgear, what'd you get?
13.
All right. Sierra?
Let's go.
18.
Okay. Holgear and Freddy, you feel incredibly sluggish. You start coughing and trying to get rid of the smoke, and eventually it gets to the point where even though it's burning and it's suffocating you, you become unable to even force a cough anymore, and it just sits in your lungs, and you can feel your insides stop burning.
That's
But
not
you'd
good
feel
sign.
incredibly sluggish, as you now have 1 point of exhaustion, which means that you have disadvantage on all ability
Skill
checks.
Welcome to the club, Holger.
Alrighty.
Freddy, you are up. You are unable to see at the moment. With the speed of this vessel, you assume that it'll clear by the end of the round. But for the time being, you'll have disadvantage on attacking anything.
Okay. Got it. Let's see. But listen to the shield scale that interested me. That I'm interested. Ancients. Bro. Shut up. You stupid train.
Do you want to delay your turn?
Yes, please.
Okay, Johnny, you're up.
Oh, for a second, I'll like talk to both of them, like scales, like literal scales, like skin, or like a metaphorical scale.
If you want to spend your action talking to your draconic weapons, you can.
Yeah. Now, can my bonus action to strike with last one time? Wake.
Wait, you want to use your bonus action to what?
To like attack with my weapon.
Sure, I'll allow you one attack, but it'll be at disadvantage. So go ahead and roll twice and take the lower number for your attack. Your dragon sword and shield explain that they themselves are not actually like from the skin or bones of dragons, but actually the scales. So
Let's
both
go.
the sword and the shield are made of dragon scales. And the reason why dragons are able to live so long is because eventually they grow their scales to be as impermeable as actual stone. And they become everlasting dragons, which means if you ever get to be a certain age of dragon, you actually become immortal. And so this is a natural ability that all true dragons have. That if they live to be so long, their scales become impervious and impermeable. But even the scales will continue to live on and eventually turn to this sort of like indestructible state even after the dragon has died. So that's what your sword and shield are made of, are these basically impermeable stone that still retain the memories of the dragons that they were from. And the dragon scales explain to you that these figures are composed of this same sort of remnant. They do not have souls. They are not living entities, but instead are essences of something that once was, and are imposing their physicality onto you, trying to make your flesh turn to stone against your will. but since mortal creatures are not designed to experience this, especially not this quickly, your bodies will cease to function and be unable to hold on to your moral coil. That is what I'll give you with your discussion with your dragon counterparts. What'd you get for your one attack?
24 to hit.
Okay. You swing your sword wildly, and I think Freddy like calls out like, "Hey, I'm over here." But you don't hit anybody. Freddy, are you able to go, or you still want to delay your turn?
I'm gonna delay my turn one more time. I'm almost done.
Okay, Hogir, would you like to go?
I am now unmuted. Yes, I would like to go.
Okay.
I wouldn't know if forcibly coughing would remove the exhaustion, would it?
It seems like whatever the effect of the inhalation has already taken effect on you.
Okay, damage is done.
Yes.
In that case, I am going to cast Magic Missile.
Okay. On
And
what?
I'm going to call it, well, on the shadowy bastards.
You
and
cannot see them.
Since it works off of hits,
So,
they're not close enough within 10 feet.
do you have to see them?
Yeah, but he has blind sight within 10 feet. So he can see.
Since they're not connected to Threads of Fate, I can aim for where the Threads of Fate aren't.
Each dart hits a
Maybe.
creature of your choice that you can see within range. What is blind sight? It's not like tremor sense. Oh, come
It's
on.
like be able to know something's there based on like your other senses, like smell, hearing, feeling, all that.
Yeah, I think you can just can't see like through full cover. But besides that, I think you can see.
Yeah, usually it's described as like echolocation or something.
I mean, they can just be incorporeal, and the answer is no.
I'm going to say that because they don't have threads of fate, which is usually how you see creatures, you are unable to perceive them. So that's, yeah, I'm going to say you can't see them, unfortunately. But only for this enemy would this not work. Actually, you know
Well-
what? You know what I will give you at the start of your turn? You can see where there is a warp in the fabric of reality. Not a tear, but something is bending space and time. And if you want to make a bonus action check, you can try to determine if that's where they're coming from, or you know what that nonsense is.
Sure.
All right.
What would I roll? Insight? Arcana?
Sure.
History?
I'll allow insight. Insight's a good one here.
Sure. 13 plus 7 for a dirty 20.
You can tell that something is coming very soon. So that's not where these things are coming from. You're not sure where they're coming from, but you can tell that something is being drawn to your location. And it
Okay.
might be here within the next round or two.
Hmm.
Ba-bum,
Dude.
That's just some random information I'm going to give you at the start of your turn to throw you off.
It's working.
It's working? What's working?
Going off.
Throwing me off.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm gonna.
Oh, I
gonna
just saw
try
what you
something.
posted in chat. At least your dragon skills don't talk shit 24/7.
I
Yeah,
mean,
you
it's
should.
true. That's why we have to keep that. We have to keep that bitch in a fucking bag, otherwise she's just gonna get us into fights all the time.
Did you ever give her a name?
I think it was just Toxus.
Okay.
Maybe Britney, because I wanted to make a Britney Spears reference.
Gotcha. Oh, that would be cool if she was a spear. Oh well, next time.
I made that joke when we first got her.
Britney
But
sword.
I do want to try something.
Okay.
Given that we can't see them, they're
Yes.
not on the threads of fate, they're incorporeal. I want to try detect magic.
Okay.
Do they show up?
Oh, geez, I don't know. I'm going to say because of your fancy weird magic tied to, fabric of reality and whatnot, I'm going to say yes, you can detect where they are at. And I'm going to
Okay.
say
If
that with that information, I would like you to make a history or religion check. Because this will be your action.
Okay.
And you've used your bonus action already, but I want to give you some information.
If it helps, I'm casting this with a warlock spell slot.
That doesn't mean anything to me. But you always have egg points.
Well, it's just my that's my bloodline.
Gotcha. I was, as always, you can use egg points to get extra magical effects to whatever you roll.
Okay. Let's try a history check. I
Okay.
haven't done that in a while. 12 plus 4 for a 16, and all egg pointed.
16 with an egg point. You can tell that these used to be people, and these are the screaming, shattered echoes. So much to the point that I will let you know that these are what happened to people. That you've seen this happen several times. You've seen this happen to Connor. You've seen this happen to Slippery Jack. I'm trying to think of like multiple things, but I can really only think of party members. But basically, when
curious.
people get separated from their goal, from their destiny, when they are taken out of the loop of their normal progression in their timeline, they are frozen in this sort of... It's not a petrification. Their actual, like, body crumbles into, like, it hardens into this stuff. So, it's very much this... They're not getting turned to literal stone. It's that their bodies like cease to exist and they almost turn into statues, these figurines. I don't know if you guys ever care about the like Super Smash Brothers lore or whatever, but like when those characters get knocked out, they get turned
become
back into toys
statues?
and figurines. Yeah. It's something like that. When you get taken off of the natural course of history, this is what happens to you. Yes, I was exactly about to say that. These are people
so
that if you probably took the time to talk to them and get to know them, you would recognize these people. They don't seem to have a personal vendetta against you, but these are like spirits that are being sent again. This is like getting a Dementor sent after you. It doesn't make sense. This is not what they're meant for, but they are terribly deadly creatures.
Okay.
Oh, Freddy's excited. Cool.
Afro's not lore.
Usually people don't care about lore.
I mean, lore dumps are great. Not gonna lie.
I
But
think
I'm also not sure how to translate this into character.
You know
I
what?
think
Just because
that's
your both of your action and your bonus action have kind of been standing there thinking about stuff, I will allow you to make one insight check. Oh, actually, you can't see them. All right. Next turn, when you can see them, I'll allow you to make an insight check. As a free action, you can make an insight to try and tell who these people are.
I mean, I got some hunches. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. Freddy, do you want to go yet, or is
But-
it Sierra's turn?
I do want
Yes,
to shout out.
I'm good to go.
What
I
did you
do
want to
want
say?
to shout out to everybody. I want to shout out to everybody.
Ignore the dog in the background.
We've
yeah,
got
I'm good to
something
go.
big approaching.
Oh yeah.
It's a dog.
Yeah, rest now. Monsters are nearby.
Yeah, the fabric
yeah,
of reality gets torn open by like a pair of jaws.
But I was thinking, is there any way I
The
could
dog
maybe
ate my lore
disperse
notes.
or-
Sorry, go.
Is there any way I get dispersed or try to get rid of the smoke within my lungs using any of my abilities?
Like I just said, once the smoke has taken its effect on you, it's not about removing the smoke from your body, but maybe in the future you want to prevent it from happening. And again, it's
Got it.
not
Okay.
just inhalation. This is like it actually getting into your system. So you could hold your breath, but that wouldn't be the only way to stop it, basically. But it would certainly help to disperse this smoke somehow, so you're not constantly breathing it in. Because right now it's just in a plume around you. But because normally it would, the creatures would have to try and attack you to force this effect, but they've made these big old smoke areas.
All right, so let's see.
Only
I'll
half
say the best course of action right now is to, go into the void.
Okay.
What?
No, I'm entering my dark neighborhood. There's like no.
Freddy, if you want to go to the void, you can.
No, it's because on my street there's like no lampposts, so it's the whole dark road.
Freddy turns and takes one step to the left and disappears into darkness.
The band just magical lead, like Homer Simpson.
We'll have to run a side
okay.
campaign, and then he comes back instantaneously, and he's like, guys, so much crazy stuff happened, but then he can't remember any of it. And then he takes his turn.
There's a big. What? What happened?
Freddy just stepped out of time and went on a century's journey of like fighting demons and exploration and whatnot, and now he's back. But he doesn't remember any of it, which is the actual lore for his character. Also, Sierra, I'm going to say that if you want to use your action to do anything other than steer the ship, no one will be steering the ship at the start of the round. I'm not going to allow you to step away from the wheel, do something, and then come right back.
Yeah, I
You have to be
I-
spending your action to steer, basically.
So I'm blind.
Yes.
I'm
Your vision is obscured. You can still see. You just see a lot of gray.
so
You see, we're not well.
I'm sluggish,
Mm-hmm.
but I can still move. Correct.
Mm-hmm. Also, you're like
All right.
0.2% uglier now.
Oh no, my pretty face.
Also, your pants are a bit tight now. And by that I mean you got a little fatter. I don't mean like you... Never mind.
Okay then.
Your left arm is a little longer too.
You pants were just dry clean only. God.
Your sciatica is starting to act up.
I can't really think of much to do. Maybe like hold my breath.
Okay. Freddy attempts to cover his holes as his action. Sierra, do you want to do anything on your turn?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to use my bonus action to grow to large size. I don't think this boat can handle me on huge size.
It's going to struggle with you as I think with you and everybody that's just barely enough to the boat is just barely holding everyone. And I will say that does slow the boat down enough that the boat does scrape a little bit, but it doesn't take as much damage, but you can tell that your boat is starting to take on water.
Okay. I'm going to use my tail to like grab and like topple Eliza, and she's petrified,
Okay.
and move to the front of the ship to grab the anchor. I want to use this as a massive flail to hit everything around the boat while yelling to everyone to get down.
The anchor is actually crafted into the inner workings of it. So unless you wanted to rip up the actual deck to get the anchor, it wouldn't be that simple. But I mean, if you just want to like flip your tail around to try and waft away the smoke, you can do that. If that's what you're trying to do.
Now, I was trying to hit like all the ghosts.
I'll say this, because of your size and because of what I said, you're taking up the entire ship. Basically, the entire boat, the entire battle zone, basically, is your area. So you get an attack of opportunity on anything. How about that?
Sure.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm going to slap as many ghosts as I can.
Okay. Can you do that as a bonus action? Oh, you used your bonus action to grow. Okay.
Yeah.
And you're going to use your action to steer, right?
No, I'm going to use to attack.
Okay.
If this thing is already like scraping the ground, it's not going too fast. It's not going to like hit anything at high speeds.
Yeah, and with your increased weight, it's also slowing down a bit too. Go ahead and roll your attack with disadvantage.
Disadvantage. So that's a 16.
Okay. You see something that moves just a little too quick in the fog, and you like plant a hand down, but there's nothing there.
And the second one is 15.
No, that will also miss.
Yeah, I think I might have it like dissipate this fog a little bit, but not a lot.
Okay. One of these creatures suddenly rushes at you, exploding, like almost creating like a cyclone. You see this movement, and it just sort of wraps around you. Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
15.
Okay. That is going to be a failure. Are you at 2 now or just 1?
1.
Okay. So you have disadvantage on ability checks, but that's it. At the start of the round, the smoke wafts away, and now you can see them on the middle of the deck. One is sneaking up behind Holgear, and then the other one was basically near the stern of the ship, sort of where Sierra's face is or whatever. Like I said, the ship is slowed down to it is still slightly moving forward, but it is pushing against the current of this river that is getting stronger the farther you're going. So eventually it's going to crawl to a complete stop. And you do hear some very distant sounds. It does sound like there are still some people in the race or something coming up behind you. You don't know if it's the sound of voices or some sort of creature or craft, but there is something coming up behind you guys. It's at this point that you can also see the bend in space and time is reaching out, and something is attempting to manifest itself on the boat's deck, but is not quite here yet. But all of you can now see this weird, like, almost like the textures have glitched out and something is just sort of pulled a strand, and something is imagine if, like, the background someone just like pokes a finger through, and it just sort of bends your visible spectrum, pointing towards your boat. The boat is taking on some more water. Eliza is still turned to stone. Freddy, you are up. Oh, actually, hold on. 5 more creatures manifest onto the boat, which means, Sierra, you get an attack of opportunity on... I'll say you could probably hit 2. Actually, let's see how many you could hit at once. Go ahead and roll to hit.
25.
Okay. You slam your tail down and hit 4 at once. And because you hit them, one of them is going to come at you. Go ahead and make another Constitution saving throw this year.
16.
Okay, that is your second point of exhaustion. Now you are up, Freddy.
Welcome everyone.
Okay, so I was actually
Welcome to the Exhaustion Club.
That means your speed is halved at only 2 points, which doesn't mean much on this small boat.
Yeah, but the next one's going to mean a lot.
So what I was thinking is, maybe, is there any way I could use like my other senses to maybe predict where these beings are?
We can see now.
Yes, you can see them
Oh,
now.
it's- See now?
Disappeared.
Okay. I guess I'll go ahead and use lightning breath on one of them close by me.
Yeah, you could probably hit a few of them. Yeah, you just blast an arc of lightning that just cuts through 4 of them. And I'll say the same 4 that Sierra hit.
Okay.
That's 1 attack action.
Wait, hold on. If I remember correctly, I have.
Do you have multiple attacks?
Yes.
Everyone should, maybe. Knowing the word. Not having spellcasters.
He's a barbarian, so yes.
This court decided to crash on me. Hello? There we go.
You're dead.
Right. It's just now occurring to me that I have the Morning's Lullaby and Midnight's Awakening dual swords.
Oh yeah.
You forgot you bought them. Oh yeah.
I've been highly relying on my breath attack lately.
There's nothing wrong with that.
So Morning's Lullaby, is there like any way that could like summon light?
Both of them naturally shed light.
Okay. So I guess I'll go ahead and pull those out.
Okay. You unsheath these swords and all of the shadows recoil visibly. They all stop and turn and look at you, and there's a shudder that comes over them. And they like stop moving. And just like wait for what you're about to do next.
Though I am sluggish, I can still fight. So I guess I'll cut down one of them.
Alright, go ahead and make an attack roll.
Chop.
Oh, attack roll? Oh, okay.
Yeah, roll to hit.
24.
Okay, yeah, you cut down one of them. Go ahead and make a constitution saving throw.
Do this. 24.
Alright, yeah, you succeed. With a twinkle and a song, just like the sound of chimes or a bird just sort of soaring through the air, you cut through one of these things. It attempts to wrap around you. You just cut it so ferociously that it just breezes on past. How many attacks do you get per action?
I get 2 per action.
Okay, so that is
That
your
was my second
turn.
attack.
Okay,
Yes.
Johnny, you're up.
Okay.
Oh, actually, at the end of your turn, Freddy, make a con save.
Another con save? Okay, give me
Yep.
a second. I'm being flooded by messages.
Well, then turn them off. You're busy.
I got a 10. That ain't good.
All right. Yeah, your speed is half now.
Anyway, so. What can I do? Yeah, I'm
You
start
have 2
trying
points
to-
of exhaustion, Freddy, if you want to mark that down in your character sheet.
Okay.
I'm gonna put away last, and I'm gonna pull out fallacious and start trying to repair the ship.
Okay.
Start walking.
Yeah, you can do that as a bonus action. That will repair the ship. Your ship is waterlogged, though, so you'll need to figure out a way to get water out. But you can do that as a bonus action. That just means your boat's going to be a little slower. Because it's got
But not
a little
not
extra
gonna
weight.
sing.
Yeah, it's just got some water weight in it now. You know, like one of those toys that you take into the bath and then it gets water inside of it and then it doesn't really float quite right?
It's kind of like a little bit lobby.
Yeah. You'll have to figure out some way to get water out of the boat later, but that's just your bonus action.
Okay, so for my action, what does starter look like? What's that? Not really a light sense. No, why not? I'm gonna use Fallacious to where the plumes of like smoke creatures I think they are. I'm going to use Fallacious like shatter in that area.
Ooh, okay. I'm gonna make a collective save. No. For you know what? I think this hits everybody on the boat. Oh, actually, the way that this weapon works, you have to actually physically hit them. So I'm gonna require you to make an attack roll, and if you hit one of them, they just automatically die.
Okay. Come on, left click. Come on. There you go. 19.
Okay. Everyone watches as Johnny swings this hammer into one of these things, and it just sort of passes through, but as it does, you watch as one of these smoky figures just instantly freezes. Like, as they have been wafting around on your boat, they haven't been blowing with the breeze, not unless you cut through them and they try to get washed away. They've been sort of floating in this sort of ethereal way, like to some sort of unseen breeze. So even though you have all been experiencing the rush of the speed of this boat, these creatures aren't. They almost seem to be connected to another plane of existence. As Johnny hits one of these with the hammer, the wispiness of it just freezes and the entire thing falls to the ground like someone dumping out a pile
Very,
of
very
sand. Yeah. Just a bunch of dust, like someone pouring out Grandpa's
Cincinnati and
ashes
back.
onto the deck of the boat.
Yeah, look at grandma's.
Yeah.
Johnny, I don't know what he did, but keep doing.
Oh, I mean,
And that's just one attack.
that's just where I've been all week.
Do another one.
Go for it.
15 hit?
Mm-mm.
Ah.
I mean, I have the weekend off, but not
Definitely
from here
not.
till the weekend,
Natural 1.
as much as I wanted.
Johnny, you swipe at one of these things and your hammer slips out of your hand and goes flying. And it goes flying. It goes flying into the part of reality that's getting warped, and it just sort of gets stuck there.
Nah.
So
You
it
just
didn't.
shoved Mjolnir into the
It-
break in reality. Good job.
It didn't get flown off into the water and lost forever, which is good. But now there's another issue happening.
I'm just stuck in a hole.
Whole Gear, you are up.
How many of these shadowy creatures are still on the boat?
I'm gonna say 5.
How close together are they?
They're. I mean, you guys are on a boat that's about like 20 by 20.
Wait.
I
am
wish
gonna
to
just-
get into melee with as many of them as humanly possible.
Okay. I'll say that you will just take 2 attacks of opportunity then. So go ahead and roll a con save twice.
Hopefully I don't need silvery barbs myself. I do.
Unfortunately, you can only silvery barbs if something is attacking you first.
Like,
And
it's
unfortunately,
actually-
because
you
these things are not attacking you, you cannot silvery barbs because you have to target something else to roll at disadvantage. So unless you want to force yourself to roll at disadvantage, which would not benefit you, you cannot silvery barbs.
like something else has to initiate it. Like someone has to attack you, or someone else has to make an ability check or save them
Yes.
themselves.
So
you
one-
can only
someone
give
must
advantage to
succeed a
somebody else if you're giving disadvantage to somebody else. That's how it works.
All right, whatever. I got a 9.
Okay.
My speed is
Go ahead and
now.
take another point of exhaustion. How many are you at? 2?
Yeah, now I got a 3rd.
Oh, okay. So go ahead and make
Yeah.
your next saving throw with disadvantage.
You guys are looking too good.
No. Because I only take 2, and I failed both of them. Now I have 3 points of exhaustion.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I thought you started with 1. Okay, now you have 3. Gotcha.
I didn't. Well, I started the turn. I did.
Gotcha. All right.
Anyway,
Now what are you doing? Oh, also, at the start of your turn, did you want to make an insight check to try and identify anybody?
sure.
Doesn't
Doesn't matter. I got a natural 1. They're all just a bunch
oh.
of shadowy shapes.
That I was gonna say this wouldn't have been with disadvantage. Oh wait, your first exhaustion
I
does
got
give
a
you
natural
disadvantage.
1.
Never mind. Okay. No
Doesn't
punishment
matter.
for the natural one. You just don't know anything. Sorry.
I am going to attempt to use Toxus to hit as many of them as possible with a blade flourish, so as to knock as many of them out as possible.
Okay. Yeah, if you just want to slash wildly, go ahead and make an attack roll, and I'll say that you can hit a bunch of them.
Uh, 8 plus 12 for a dirty 20.
Okay, and that's with disadvantage
Yeah. So,
because you have disadvantage on attack rolls
21.
with the.
That is the low roll.
Oh wow.
I
Okay.
rolled an 8 and a 9.
Yeah. The sword complains more that she's not doing enough.
Come on, you guys are terrible. You don't have anything for me to cut through. You're all just a bunch of nasty nothings.
And you do cut through a few of them. Yes, and that is what
And then-
happens.
I don't know if mobile flourish would work, because technically it shoves someone, but I don't think there's anyone to shove necessarily. Like, they don't have a body to shove.
I mean, there is some
Maybe-
physicality of them that you can push more. If you guys had a big old fan, you could try and blow them away. Or if someone has gust.
Maybe if you try to push
Oh.
the thing that's trying to break the fabric of reality, push it back where it's coming from.
I
Oh,
don't think
yeah.
I can reach that.
Do you? Yeah, you can reach that. You don't have to move.
5 foot
It's-
away?
Yeah, it's just right there.
Oh, shit. I didn't
Only
realize it
10
was
feet
on
big.
the ship. I thought it was off to the side a little bit.
I mean, it's coming close enough. Something is touching down.
Oh. Okay, yeah. I'll push the. Let's see. Damage equals to the number you roll on your bardic inspiration die. You also push this target 5 foot away from you, plus a number of feet equal to the number you roll on that die. And you can immediately take your reaction to move up to your walking speed to an unoccupied space within 5 feet of the target. But I don't want to do that last part.
Okay.
So 5 foot plus. That's a 7.
Here's what I'll say, because you're a magic boy. If you want to make some sort of skill contest, I'll say that you can attempt to postpone this thing's arrival.
Sure. You want me to use the trait for like telekinetic shove then?
I don't think this needs
Actually,
to
I
be
still
like a
I
spell
still have-
slot.
Well, it's not. It's a anytime. It's a feat. Telekinetic feat. At will.
Sure. Yeah, you're just like you're like little Timmy at the dam, and you see a hole, and you just like put your finger in it.
Well, I like to imagine it sticks its foot through. I shove it back through, and then I bonus action telekinetic shove it a little bit further.
Well, nothing has shown through just yet, so I would say that this is you just like pushing against the fabric of reality.
I
For some
shove
reason.
reality.
Okay. Let's make this an Arcana check. How about that? Or is Arcana not good for you? I don't remember.
It's bad for me, but everything's at disadvantage, so I'm fucked either way.
Is religion better or something? Oh, we could just make this a standard D20 roll. Just roll D20. And this is not with
D20.
disadvantage because this is something metaphysical. So just roll a straight
17 plus
D20.
7. Wait,
What'd you get?
17, sorry.
Oh, I got a natural 20.
One of them days.
You know what? I liked your idea of a foot coming through, and I think that's what happens. You attempt to push on this, and actually what you do is you push back the fabric of reality enough to see the figure that's coming through, and you see a single greave plant itself onto the deck of the ship. There is a single armored foot that comes down that you can see,
Fuck.
and it is completely black. No light touches
no.
it. It casts no shadow where it plants itself. But that is what's coming through. And Holger recognizes this figure, but nobody else does yet.
Yeah, you just see Holgier spin around in a giant flourish, shove the fabric of reality, and then he sees somebody's J's pop through a portal, and he's like, fuck.
He turns even paler than he already was.
Lose one extra shade of gray.
Yeah, exactly. Sierra, you're up.
The extraplanar J's are a bad move.
Oh no, the light resistant J's.
I think I'll whip a few more ghost specters or whatever those things are.
You just want to attack him?
Yep. And that's a 22 to hit.
Okay, yeah. You hit 3 of them. And I'm gonna say that with that, like 3 of them walked away. So now there's 2 left.
And 20 on the second attack.
Okay. Yeah, you hit the other 2. They're still there, but maybe one more hit will get rid of them.
And okay, can as a bonus action I start like removing the lock from the greatsword. My greatsword is locked into the sheath. Then I use as a maul. I'm unsheathing this thing. I don't know what is coming through that hole.
You've
but
got
I
like
don't
some
it.
ruby weapon?
No, I
Oh.
have the cage, right? But I keep it sheathed because kinda like bends the will of Jormungand. So I don't use it. Its
Gotcha.
power I just use as a magical stick. But I don't like what is coming through that, and I'm considering breaking this vow or not using it.
Okay.
And that did my 2 attacks then.
I need you to make 2 Constitution saving throws, please.
2. 19
Okay, success.
and 25.
Fail. It's at this point that the boat is just sort of like scraping up against the wall, but you can see the end of the tunnels as light is just sort of peering through. And it's at this point that you can hear the sound of some other craft coming up behind you guys. You know what? I'll actually say that you guys can see it at this distance. It actually looks like a sort of like pontoon. It's got like this really wide and flat bottom, and it's got a big old sail, but the sail's like kind of crunched up because it did not think about trying to fit into these tunnels. It probably got like the water washed in and slammed it up, so the sail is absolutely destroyed. But they're still trying to make it through somehow. They're fixing it up as they go. There seems to be some sort of magical movement beyond the sail because there is no wind in these tunnels. But it is coming up along behind you. And they also have a little white flag up on the sail. So that's some information for you.
It's like a separate little thing, or it's like the whole thing.
What do you mean?
Like it's so like the town like white flag. It's just like a separate thing from it, or you're just like a part of it.
They're at the top of the mast. They have the white flag raised.
Okay.
5 more of these creatures explode onto the deck. And they obscure the vision on the deck once more. Freddy, you are up.
Alrighty.
Powerful light is shining through, but unfortunately that is making the cloud of smoke that much harder to see through.
So,
Yes.
What will you do?
Discord's being a
Discord's being something.
Alright, as I was saying, I'd like to kindly ask everyone to plug in their ears.
Oh no.
Here we go. More collateral damage.
So I'm gonna wait for that. And I would like to cast Thunderclap.
Okay.
Alrighty.
So what's the deets on that? What's everyone need a roll to save against?
One save.
Con save.
Constitution.
Everybody roll a Constitution saving throw.
How big is it?
All right,
think
you
it's
know
like
what?
10
I think no matter where you point this, you're going to hit Sierra. But I will say you can try to hit either Holgear or Johnny, but you can miss either Holgear or Johnny. How about that? I'm not saying that Johnny's more likely to be able to take it, or that Holgear is looking worse off. But if you had to choose one, probably go for
Holgear, I'm sorry.
No. Also, you can angle it away from Holgear, so you only hit in Sierra and Johnny.
Okay.
Who you shooting, kid? It'll be on him.
Alright, for Thunderclap, it's 14 for damage.
That's not much. Johnny and Sierra, what'd you get for your saves?
17.
14.
Does that save, Freddy?
The Constitution is 13, so
Yeah, they both save. So that's what, half damage?
yes.
No, wait. Thunderclap's a cantrip, so no damage.
Oh, okay. All right, here's what happens, Freddy. You say, "Everybody close your ears." Ah! And absolutely nothing happens.
Come on. At least the little shadows quiver or whatever, right?
No, it doesn't
Or
hit
not
any
even
of the
that.
shadows.
Oh my god.
That was my original target, but you gave me here.
You want to try swinging one of those legendary swords?
Sure.
All right, it's at disadvantage because you can't see, but I like what you're going for. Unfortunately, it's not working for you. I'm sorry.
I have to blink going, but
Let's see. 24 to hit.
With disadvantage?
Oh wait. Yes. So I got 24 and 26.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. You
And then
you turn around and just like one of them walks into your sword, just like ah. Is that your
Okay,
turn?
then. I think that'll end my turn.
All right, Johnny. What do you want to do? Your vision is
get in the
obscured by
hammer.
smoke. Yes.
So the hammer's in the portal.
What portal?
The
Yeah, there is a
well,
boat coming out of somewhere.
the Terran reality.
Uh,
Or the what?
yeah. Something is pushing through the fabric of reality, but you can't see it at the moment. There's big smog.
So where did
also,
my
Freddy,
camera
make a
go?
con save. Oh, actually, since it's a big old cloud, everybody makes a con save. I was gonna do it at the start of their turn, but let's just all do it now.
Huh. I'm going to use Indomitable.
Okay.
I like to use one of my auto 20s, please.
Okay.
Because that was another natural one. So no.
As long as you don't have 3 already, you're not rolling at disadvantage.
Even new roll. Okay. So roll again.
I'm down to 3 auto 20s left.
23.
Oh, poor you.
I love how like my luck just shook my hand for a ball and slide across the face twice.
What'd you get, Sierra?
24.
All right, you're good. Holgear, how you doing? Holgear's muted. We'll come back to him. Johnny, what were you doing?
My new roll. I was trying to look
No.
for my hammer.
That's Holgear just says
What?
no.
Well, like my hammer just flew off somewhere.
Oh, you want to go try and get the hammer?
Yeah.
Okay, you'll be moving through the cloud. You're not quite certain where you're looking for. You think it might be best to wait until the cloud clears, but that's, I mean, if you want to try and force it through now. I'm gonna roll. Yeah, you kind of just start like feeling your way in that direction. Go ahead and make a con save.
There you go. Is that my action or?
No, this is just your movement.
Okay. 9.
All right, take another point of exhaustion. Do you have 3 now?
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
My first exhaustion in a while.
you're at a point where the smoke is kind of weird, so you think you're at the portal. It's hard to tell.
Okay.
If you want to make a perception or investigation check with disadvantage.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll even investigation.
Okay.
Lovely. I actually an auto 20.
You still have disadvantage, so.
Oh, never mind.
So
That's
what?
10.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be like
Using an auto
Sorry.
20 would remove the disadvantage and just make it a straight roll.
That'll still be a 10.
Okay.
no.
First roll
if you
was
got-
10.
if you use
I will say that you still have your action. That was just your bonus action to look.
right, if he uses auto 20, no, forget. Go ahead.
You would have to use 2.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. Okay. Don't gotta have options anymore.
You want to use your action
no.
to try and find it?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and roll again. With disadvantage still.
I spent too much money on that.
Oh dang, he says, having made the encounter. Look, I'm struggling to find ways to challenge you guys. And if that means that I have to suffocate you in the middle of a boat ride, then I'll do it. 12. I'll say that you can see it and you like put your hand on it, but you're unable to pull it out of the warp in space-time. But you have hold of it. I'll allow that. You have hold of it.
Okay. Now, in my turn.
All right, Holgir, what would you like to do?
Leaving these melee spaces, will they get attacks of an opportunity?
The rule is that if you hit any of them, you have to make a save. And if you end your turn within near any of them, you'll have to make a save. So you're pretty confident that you'll have to make a save at the end of your turn, and trying to damage some with melee at least. At ranged it wouldn't be, but
There is no possibility for range because we're all within a 25-foot square of each other.
if you were outside of 10 feet. So if you were on like one side of the boat and you shot one that was on the other side. Basically there's
Yeah,
just
I need-
so many. There's 5 this round, so.
Yeah, well, if I continue this route, I'm going to die, so I need to get away from them. So I'm going to go to the farthest part from the ship away from them. And then I think I'm just going to start blasting, because there's not much else I can do.
Anyway, I started blasting.
Hey,
Yeah.
real quick, Holgir, what sort of items do you have in your inventory? Specifically magic items that I've made for you. And actually, this might be just something written down in your notes. Actually, you know
I've
what? I'll
got-
just freaking pull up your character sheet. I'm looking at it right now.
I have anything I can use here.
Oh, you didn't write down these. did. I'm pretty sure I gave this to you. But I'm not seeing it in your inventory.
I forget to give to you the item that you need to win this fight.
No, it's not something to win this fight. It's something that he can use if it... I'm pretty sure when you met one of your when you met one of your aunts, which are the ladies of fate, they should have given you a bag which that allows you to pull out something once per day. And it's basically
Yeah, no, never got that.
Oh, I didn't. I think it was because I was supposed to make a magic item and give it to you, and I didn't. So that's on me. I think I wanted to call it something like Schrodinger's bag or something. Maybe I did make it.
Yo.
Did I make it? Hold on. How do you spell Schrodinger? No, I didn't make it. Dang. Okay. You should have a magic item called Schrodinger's bag, which allows you once per day to pull out anything that you need. Anything that you can think of, you can pull out of that bag right now. As long as it's like something that could fit in a bag. You couldn't pull out like a kaiju or something, is what I'm saying.
Pistol.
Well, still doesn't help me because I don't know what I need.
Okay. Just letting you know that that's an option if you could think of something. I'm sorry. I know you're usually pretty creative, so that's why I wanted to give you that item. I am so terribly sorry that you did not have that. I will make sure to make that tonight.
Well, anyway, let's see if I can accomplish anything.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no. I'm not going to Eldritch Blast. What am I doing? I'm going to use Call Shot and Nanny's Luck Stone and an auto nat 20 to ricochet these motherfuckers.
Oh. Okay.
So this initial hit is a... Well, I auto 20, so that's a 30 to hit. And then I need to roll... Let me double check the rules on this. I think I need to roll per ricochet.
Yeah, you're not actually doing a called shot. You're just using your weapon, and then you're using the ability of the luck stone to try and ricochet.
Yes. I am
So
using a called shot because of this slingshot, and I'm shooting a rock at something.
gotcha. There's an ability on it called shot. I thought that's what you were using. So roll.
It's also called shot.
Yes.
Called
So-
shot on a called shot.
Rolling a 1d8, and on a 1, it ricochets. That is one ricochet. And you're using an auto 20 to hit? Is what you said?
Technically, I'd use the auto 20 to hit to begin with because I have disadvantage to hit, and would the
gotcha.
ricochets after it has already hit someone still be at disadvantage since it's no longer?
No, this
being
would just
hit by a
be... Go ahead and just roll to hit with it. Oh, you might have to attune to it real quick because it does give +1. Oh, that's fine. It's whatever. I know it gives +1. Never mind. You don't have to attune to it.
Well, I've
yeah, that
never
hits.
not been attuned to Nanny's Luckstone.
On a ricochet, the initial attack damage happens, but then bounces to another target. Ricochet requires a new attack roll against the new target. So I will not enforce disadvantage on the ricochet, but do go ahead and roll to hit once again.
Would you like me to use the stats of called shot or just like a regular stone throw?
Either works.
Okay.
I think you can use just called shot. Let's see.
Okay. It's a 21 to hit if it is.
Because basically, if you let's like say if you unattune, it just goes from like a plus 10 to hit to no, it still stays a plus 10. So yeah.
Yeah.
Or oh wait, is
21
it
to
plus
hit.
the damage? Wait. Okay, yeah. I think I did fix it automatically. So yeah. Sorry, what'd you get for the second attack roll?
21.
Yes, that also hits. I'm gonna roll to see if it bounces. It does not. But you do hit 2. And none of them are close enough to get you. At the end of your turn, is it the end of your turn?
That was one attack.
Okay.
I'm going to load up the. Which other stone do I want to use? The deserted Hearthstone.
Okay.
Not attuned to it, just because I've never used this
Well-
thing as ammo.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna line up another shot for
Okay.
second attack. Standard call
Basically,
shot,
the
and
only effect
that-
you get from attuning to the Hearthstone is that you can heal people when you hit people with it.
Yeah, but we're not in the combat with
Right.
damage, so.
That's why you're tuning to
And
the
I-
Luckstone so it can ricochet. I get you.
Yep. And I missed.
Okay.
Thank God it's soulbound.
Yes. You hear them crack against
bonus
the far
action.
wall and splash into the water.
And then bonus action, see if I can't telekinetic shove that foot back into reality.
Okay. Let's make another contest of it. You roll a d20 and I'll roll one.
It's a DC 17 strength. Or
Oh.
if you want to do it D20, you can.
Well, if that's the case, how does a
Yeah, telekinetic shove is a straight up action.
how's an 18?
Bonus, well, yeah, you succeed.
Okay.
What about silver barbs? Don't you have one of those?
What?
Don't you have like silver barbs to force a reroll?
Shit, you're right. I'm gonna silvery barbs him. I don't use it too often because it's usually considered broken. But yeah, I'll silvery barbs him, and I'll give myself the advantage because I don't want to die.
Okay. So you're forcing me to roll with disadvantage?
Yes,
Yeah, just roll
please
again.
re-roll your d20.
Okay. How's a 25?
Yeah, it still passes.
All right, Sierra,
AC
you are
was
up.
17.
We can't see shit, right?
I think you kind of can because you're a little bit taller, just a little bit tall enough to see above the smoke, but you can't really see what's happening on the deck. You're not in the smoke, but you're having trouble. Oh, also, Holger, at the end of your turn, because you are in the smoke, please make me a Constitution saving throw with disadvantage.
I thought the whole point was that I was away from the smoke.
Now the smoke's covering the entire boat, unfortunately.
That's an 18 plus 5, but it's a disadvantage, so that's natural 18. Or unnatural 18.
That is the DC.
Meets it beats. Hell yeah.
Yep.
Not triple.
But
Yeah.
for you, no, I'm just kidding.
Bro, I only have 2 of these things left. If I get that, I'm dead.
Yes, you succeed. Sierra, what do you want to do? You can't really see what's going on, but you can still try to do something. I think at this point you can see the boat coming up behind you. And they do not look like a typical crew, just because I think you're the only one that can see outside of the smoke. So you can see the people coming up behind you, and they're like, "You need some help?" And you can actually see that the deck of their ship has like some tables set up and like chairs that are like on rails that slide in out of the table, and it is literally like a bar on like a floating platform. And you can see the people are like
Don't they
wearing
realize
outfits.
this is a death race?
They are
People have
technically
literally died.
these are technically not racers. This is a
That
natural
doesn't
tradition.
matter. People are bloodthirsty. If the Havelock was here, he would kill them.
You see a maid coming to the bow of the ship with like 2 huge tankers of ale.
Like, yeah.
And that is the only reason why this boat does not get attacked. Sierra, you hear your comrades screaming and yelling in terror, and you just turn around to see someone offer you a drink. Yes, basically. Wacky races.
Is it like one of like kind of like the like one of those like bar bike kind of things?
Yes, I can see above the smoke and can see like ahead of the ship. I think I'll try to guide the ship and go like full throttle so we can try to get away from the smoke.
Okay. Yeah, you're having a little trouble kind of steering a little bit, but you guys are heading out of the tunnels next, so yes. If you just want to spend your action to steer the ship properly, you can do that.
Yeah. Are we doing that?
Okay. At the end of the round, several things happen.
Can I do a quick thing?
Yes.
I also have an item
Okay.
that may help. I have a portable fence.
Do you? I thought you didn't want that.
Yeah. I think was one of the items I ended up gaining either one way or the other.
I remember it was one of the options, but I remember being excited and then disappointed because nobody wanted it.
It's on my inventory for some reason, so I guess I choose it.
Okay. How the portable fence works is that you don't need to attune to it, but you do have to place it down, and then you have to select what type of wall of energy you want. To be like wall of force, of fire, of air, or whatever.
I'm going to throw it attack, but I'm not going to activate it. I'm dropping so someone else can do it.
Okay, you just want to toss it down to the rest of the party to use?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you wait just for the smoke to clear so you don't bonk anybody on the brain, but then you toss it down to the deck. Easy enough. And the bottom one, because if you imagine it's like a stack of plates, the bottom one connects to the ship and just stops moving, magically holding itself in place. Yes. Smoke blows away. I think there's still like just 3 guys left. And you know what? 3 of them come back, so now there's 6. They just sort of like apparate back into existence. What?
It's not our day, huh?
But now you guys are free of the caverns, and it is a beautiful sky above. You can see the Dauntless coming back into view, and they're just reporting on like, oh my goodness, what is going on down there? It looks like they're getting some sort of attack that's not part of the race. But here comes the... I didn't give them a name. The bars coming with drinks, refreshments. Maybe they'll help out or something. I don't know. And then people point and scream at what's happening on the deck of your ship as a large figure emerges from space and time. A large, imposing figure, 10 feet tall. This obsidian black armor that is non-reflective. This figure casts no shadow, and light does not penetrate them at all. Just a complete silhouette, and yet their features seem to grow even more darker. And they turn and look at all of you. What is playing? Sure, this is the music that's playing.
Exactly go.
This figure takes one look, just sort of glancing across the deck. It looks at you, Holgear, and then it turns to one of the black figures, and with the slightest movement, suddenly there's just a big spear through several of these things, and they apparate into nothingness. This figure in one hand is wielding a tower shield that is 12 feet tall, and in the other hand a massive what's the thing you joust with?
That one.
Lance, thank you. It's got a huge lance in the other hand. And it just gets to work, and it just starts popping bubbles. Just like these things are nothing, they apparate into existence and get immediately dismissed. And other than that, it's not doing anything else. We are at the top of the order. The Obsidian Knight is holding down the front, seemingly assisting you guys at the moment. It doesn't even pay attention to any of the people from this dimension. It bears no mind to the boat that's currently approaching you. But you can see that far, far behind you, there are some other boats that are steadily making their approach as your boat is waterlogged and has been slowed down up to this point. But now you are in the straightaway. There is some twists and turns to the final part of this course, making your way through this mountain. You kind of have to do these like zigzags to get up the hilly parts towards the mountain, and you're just racing against this river. What would you guys like to do? Oh, also you can leap to this other boat, board them, and get some refreshments.
Are we still in initiative?
Mm-hmm. So Freddy, you're up first. What do you want to do? I will say that you have enough movement to get to the other boat and get back on your turn.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. Yeah, take it.
Okay, you hop to the other side. Immediately there's a waitress there that says, "Hi, can I get you something?"
A nice big glass of water.
Okay. She hands you a jug.
I chug that down.
Okay. It's nice and refreshing. Go ahead and remove 1 point of exhaustion.
Alrighty, I need one more to go.
And she tells you about some of the specials. Why did the music stop? All right, freaking I don't know why.
That's why it's against us.
I'll just keep playing the same thing. I don't want to try and change it up now. Yeah, she tells you about the specials. You can get some buffalo wings or a rack of ribs or some alcohol, or just get a nice drink for you and your friends. They have they have grilled corn on the cob.
Ew. I'll take 1 glass of alcohol and maybe 4 big glasses of water for the others.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you want to grab 2 drinks in either hand, you can do that.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
Tori, be quiet.
She puts a Slim Jim in your teeth before you jump back.
God damn it, Sparrow, you made Tori want corn now.
Corn is good. Hey Tori, do you want to play a character on this this bar boat that came by?
I wanna watch. I'm doing a scene.
Okay.
I'm concerned.
Freddy hands refreshing drinks to the rest of the party that they can drink as a reaction, removing 1 point of exhaustion.
Yeah. Who turns it?
Johnny, is now your turn.
Okay.
Oh, also, Freddy, if you want to drink one of your cold beverages, you can remove another point of exhaustion.
Oh.
So I'm going to jump on the boat.
Okay. They ask you what you would like. You have your action and your bonus action to consume something.
I'll ask them if they have an empty barrel I can borrow.
Yeah, they actually did. They've got an empty wine barrel, an empty beer barrel, and an empty Brosia barrel.
Which one is bigger?
They're all the same size.
I'll just take the wine one and just.
Yeah,
dump
they're
that one.
8-gallon barrels.
Yeah, I'll just grab one of them, just the wine one, and just come back down and try to scoop out the water. That's in our ship.
You're bailing
it-
us out.
It would be easier to use like a pail or something, but they can hand you just a pail if you want to do that.
Yeah.
And so I'll say if you want to use your action to remove water, you can do that. You would have a pail on your boat too.
I would give him my helmet.
Okay.
Yeah, but before I using my action to pull out my hammer before I lose that somehow.
Oh, no, you had your hammer in your hand, so when the knight came through, it got released. So now it's just, it was in your hand. I forgot to mention that, sorry.
Okay, so I'm back now. Okay. Just I'm gonna take like Sarah's like helmet. It's just trying to spout water.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say that you can remove most of the water as an action. What would you like to use as your bonus action?
Don't really have any sharp bonus action.
Do you have any points of exhaustion?
Yes, 3.
Would you like to consume anything to remove those?
Here.
Okay.
That'll put me back to 2.
Yeah. Someone just hands you some candied kelp. You munch that down. Holgir, you are up. You got handed a cold glass of water, so if you used your reaction to drink one already, and you still have your action, your bonus action to eat something.
Nope. I'm going to use my reaction to remove 1, so my health point pool is not halved. I'm going to go up to Eliza and bring out my Willow Shade oil that I brought all the way from Need.
Oh my
on
goodness!
I told you I was fucking stocking up for an adventure.
Let me
Okay.
guess. This item bought like session 2 or something.
No, he
No,
bought
is
this
from,
like 10 sessions
just
ago.
before we. Yeah. Willow Shade oil, as long as it's not been more than a minute, which we haven't had 10 rounds of combat.
Yep.
I removed the petrified condition
Yeah.
at the
You-
end of their turn.
You crack the glow stick and just rub it all over her, and she the scale you watch as the petrification just sort of crumbles off of her skin like scales. And she kind of looks up at you, kind of like blinking and wincing from the bright light. She's like, "What happened?
You got Thunderstone.
Who's
What's up?
that guy? Whoa, she's big!" And she points up at Sierra.
Yeah. Things are probably going to get hairy. You might want to hop over to the bar boat for right now.
Will be off the competition if she did that.
She's like, "Oh, heck yeah, they have elephant ears!" And she jumps over and grabs a powdered sugar treat.
Well, I mean, to be fair, out of character, this is like potentially one of my grandkids, so I don't want them to die.
Not as bad as being your parent or something.
That would be even weirder.
Yeah. But she grabs a sugary snack and then hops back. And she's just looking at the Black Knight, just like in awe. And then she's like, "Oh shoot, I'm supposed to be driving," and she runs back to the steering wheel.
Would have preferred if you stayed over there, safe.
You
It'll
need
be
somebody to steer the boat. You got the tricky part coming up.
Tricky parts don't matter if you did. And I'll bonus action animate my shield and put it around her.
Okay.
That's the end of my turn.
Alrighty. Sierra,
And
what would you
that's
like to do
also
on your
the
turn?
end of my session. The end of my participation tonight, because I gotta wake up in 6 hours.
Okay. Yeah, we'll call it here real quick at the end of this round. Sierra, what
I'm going
would
to
you
get
like
something from the bar. I don't know, some dumplings or whatever. Anything.
to do? Okay. You get one big dumple, and you just hawk that thing down.
And I'm going
Because
to...
you know if there are small dumplings, there's got to be just a big dumple.
Yeah, the dumple.
Yeah.
The Dumpo.
You get a meat bun, basically.
Yeah. And I'm going to head to the potion launcher.
Okay. Oh, do you shrink back down, or are you still huge?
I was only large, not huge, but it
Right,
lasts
you
for a
know what I
minute.
mean.
It lasts for a minute. I don't know if I can cancel it earlier, but if can, I
Yeah,
will.
you can.
I will shrink and go to the
Okay.
launcher, and there any other boat to get close.
Okay. As that happens, Eliza says, "All right, this is where we're breaking off. And she just spins the wheel, and Tokyo drifts around the corner as the bar actually like pulls off to the side, because this is basically the end of the line for them. So people can make pit stops, but they are no longer continuing the race. And Eliza just starts banking turns, just getting around, and you guys are going up this hill higher and higher. And Holgear, you start to recognize the terrain a little bit, as do all of you, as you watch as the water actually seems to be coming down in this massive waterfall so fast that it actually looks like it's going up the mountain. And as you are getting close to the end, it looks as though you are completely unopposed as you pull into first place, and there's just a huge crowd of people gathered around as you just pull into this glistening pool, and people shout and cheer, and you have won the race. And that is where we'll end tonight's session.
Oh.
I think by the end of the race, everyone wants to like make like a small like I forgot how to tell this monologue, not monologue. A small speech saying sorry for everyone we killed in this competition by accident. Either by being crushed by the Leviathan or crushed by me, or set on fire.
Or bladed by a
you hear the
thing.
people, the commentators up above in the flying dauntless. They're like, well, it certainly looks like they killed some friends along the way, and that's what the journey's all about, folks.